We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. You are here with Van and Micca. This is On Point with Van and Micca. What's going on, Micca?
It's Wednesday. It's hump day.
Hump day. We used to have this guy by the name of John Fustel, environmental engineer. This dude, man, I've never seen a disgruntled employee leave the way that he left. He was working for a federal government, DOD, for like 30 years. And this dude, when he left, his whole cubicle was still filled with baby pictures of his kids. He didn't care. His wife pictures, trinkets, toys that he's been collecting over the years. He was mad at the government. He said, I'm out. F this place. He never came back for his stuff. Ever.
Some people are like that. Some people don't want to, I don't know. I guess some people are embarrassed. Some people just don't want to see other people there, their other co-workers. I don't know. But I would have came back for my stuff.
Well, he actually did come back. He came back for a party. I think somebody had a retirement party, and he came back for their retirement party. And we thought, okay, he's about to get his stuff.
I see that this is, yeah. I don't know the workforce, right? Because I don't do corporate America. I could never.
What do you mean you don't do corporate America? You got to eat to survive. You got to do corporate America.
I've never done corporate America. So
ever in your life?
Ever in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's awesome.
Yeah. I can't do it.
It's
just annoying. It's annoying. Like everything is like one person is trying to get over on the other person is trying to get over other person. Like that would annoy me. So I see why he left.
I thoroughly enjoyed working for the federal government. Thoroughly. I really enjoyed it.
What did you do?
I was an environmental protection specialist.
Yeah, but what did you do?
What do you mean?
Right. We want to know what you actually did.
Oh, so it was a research facility, right? So in order for the scientists and the engineers to do their research, they needed chemicals to do so. So hazardous chemicals. So they will contact me, and I ran a pharmacy down in the basement of the research facility. And I would bring them all of the chemicals that they had, barcoded, keeping it all in all of the rooms and containers that it needed to be in order for it to be safe. And then I will also inspect all of the labs throughout the entire installation. And when they were done with their research, they had to get rid of the hazardous waste, and I would get rid of the hazardous waste as well and provide them with new containers, secondary containers, and all that other stuff in order for them to maintain clean laboratories and pass inspection. Because if we ever failed inspection, then the lab could be closed down. Also, I provided them with the hazardous gases that they needed, that they required for their research. So I had to be on 24-hour standby, because every now and again our silane bunkers will go off, or our hydrogen gases will go off as well. We didn't know if there was a leak or anything like that.
Hazmat.
Huh?
Almost like hazmat.
Yeah. I had to take endless hazmat what you call them, trainings. endless hazmat trainings. And I also had to give training to everyone on the installation at least twice a year on how to get rid of their batteries and how to properly recycle on the installation. And I worked with some extremely intelligent people, man, and like super geniuses. These scientists were just in another world, but they were also socially awkward, extremely socially awkward. One time, it was this one guy. This dude was an absolute genius. I don't know how many patents that he created for the installation, but I would get on the elevator with this cat. He would immediately turn around to face the wall and get in the corner. And I'm like, okay, got it.
Yeah, that's usually how it is. But you see how you naturally were just able to tell what you did.
Yes.
I that's what we need for the federal government. It just flowed. So you were able just to tell what you did. I was over here. I was over there.
Well, that's because a lot of people in the federal government ain't worth their salt. They
I
don't
know.
do no work.
I know.
They lazy as
I know.
hell.
I
They
know.
will hide out in the daggone cafeteria all day long
I
or
know.
outside talking in their friends' offices and cubicles all day.
I know. I know. But see
But I,
that this will serve as a template of what it should sound like when you got a job.
well, it most certainly should. But you know, I just now got offended by somebody in the chat.
What is that?
And it must be coming from your end. It certainly is not coming from mine.
What? Oh, no, that's damn true. There is no chirping over here. We don't play those games.
Listen, but we black though, so it's expected. We're black is expected. It was going on Michelle. She said she worked for EPA when she was 16. I don't remember what my job was.
What Michelle? You ain't got no job, Tommy.
You ain't got no job. I think I love my job too much though. I mean, because you know what happened? So I know you're not supposed to do this, but I started a praise team at my job. I even got people who were good at playing instruments. Like, you good at playing drums? Bring your drum set. You good at playing a guitar? Bring that. You good at playing piano? Bring that. What do you
To do
sing?
what?
Alto, soprano, bass,
At
tenor?
work? To sing at work?
Yes.
How
In the
do
main
you do that?
cafeteria, I mean, in the main auditorium, we put on a show.
Oh, so it wasn't like on work hours. It was like
No, it was during work hours. It was during work hours. I was black. So here's the thing. When you're black and you work for the federal government, you can get them to do anything. No, listen, it's the truth. You can get them to do anything as long as you make it make sense to them. They will fund it in everything. This long you're black, you must need this for your culture. You need this to deal with all of these white people and racism and white supremacy inside of our inside of these institutions. Yes, absolutely, I do.
you
One
you know
thousand.
you know you know what that means? You know what that shows?
What?
That's what the liberals think. Like little they look at minorities like little pets.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they
Them
do.
liberals, I'm telling you, them liberals, they something else. And they be like, I'm not racist. Look what I did. I I gave Van a whole band. I can't stand liberals.
They loved me though, man. They
Oh my
loved me.
god.
At least they acted like it. I
They damn
miss.
sure acted.
They acted like it. They acted like they most certainly act like it. But and also here's another thing that I would do. So we had a bunch of all of the garbage containers around the installation. Um, I was in charge of credit cards, spending and everything for all of the for all of the contractors that we decide to use for any work that gets done on the installation. But I was also tasked with making sure that all of the garbage, the big garbage cans outside on the outside, were emptied on the schedule. So I had to communicate with the woman. It was a woman at the time who ran the contract for um, getting rid of all of the garbage around the installation, and that was fun as well because she was sending random ass people driving them trucks onto the installation with daggone felonies, and
That's
these
right.
dudes.
That's right. So I can keep
Yeah,
keep the money from the federal government since y'all giving it out. Yes, government contracts. Gotta love it.
that's what made me want to learn a little bit more about government contracts. I still
Uh,
want to learn about government contracts, but you know what I
yeah, I love
mean.
it.
Hey, yes, I'm telling on myself. I can listen. Let me tell
Yeah,
y'all
he's
something.
snitching because he out the government now.
I'm out the government.
Not the government, the government. That's what they call it.
The government. And yes, Michelle, I was not a pastor, but I was a minister for a great majority of um, my adult life. After I hit 18, 19 of the years after I hit 20, 19 of them years, I was a minister. So yeah, minister in training, minister in music. I went to school for theology, all of those things. There's a lot that y'all can learn about a brother. And I'm the biggest heathen that you'll ever meet. So you're like, God, that don't go together. So I have nothing to hide, and I love it that way. You know what I mean? So now I just pull up in my hoodies while rocking draws because I ain't gotta wear nothing underneath the. You can go to a Zoom meeting or Teams meeting at your job.
Unless you're a Democrat.
What you say?
Unless you're a Democrat.
Unless you're a Democrat. What that
You don't
mean?
remember when that Democrat was on that Zoom call?
And then he didn't have his. Oh, you talking about the guy that was doing them little questionable things to himself on a Zoom call during the meeting? I don't know why in the hell that will be the opportune time to play with yourself.
I mean, can you see my hands right now? No. So, and maybe his thing, his girl, his little,
His
fantasy
little
was on
work
the
wife.
what was on the you know. You know the Democrats is nasty. You know.
Work wives and work husbands. Stay away from them guys.
That's why I don't shake nobody's hand. What? People don't wash their hands.
But why would you automatically assume that? Was you doing something? Why would you
No, it's not
automatically
even just
assume
that.
that?
When you go to the bathroom, I've seen plenty of people. I've seen plenty of women walk right out, come out the store, walk right behind me. I'm at the sink. Nah.
Wow. They don't even. They don't even. They
You're like, you're not
don't
even
even
gonna attempt to
think
wash your
about hitting that
hands.
thing. Get out of here, little nasty bastards! You should have took
So
a
no,
picture of
I
them.
don't shake anybody's hand. That's why you always see me like, so
Fist bump, bro.
no, I don't even do that.
Why not the fist? They can't even get the knuckles.
Skin to skin. Nah. No. Nah. Nope. Nope.
All right, so let's go and get into it. So, first, guys, we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about Chris Van Hollen and how he is he's caping for MS-13s in El Salvador, acting like he give a damn when he actually does not, and he's spending taxpayers' money in order to take these trips. So we have a couple of things to talk about with that. We're also going to have a conversation about Leticia James, her being in hot water at the time, going through mortgage fraud, and we're also going to discuss Micca. Not sure if y'all know this or not, but Micca has been going viral on all platforms in the last couple of weeks. Actually, was it the last couple of weeks or was it longer than that for this particular
Last couple of
video?
weeks. Last couple of weeks.
Yeah. So Micca gives the business. She went on a podcast, a liberal podcast, and she started debating another young lady. Hold on one second. Yeah. All
Okay.
right. All right. What was I about to say?
And you said I started debating another young lady.
Yeah, and so Micca was debating this young lady, and you went in. We're not gonna mess it up for the people, but I want y'all to see this. Make sure y'all hit the like button, guys. We're just trying to reach I'll say 500,000 likes just to keep it light. So hit the like button if you haven't already. That's the only price of admission for these live streams. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's do it. Hold on one second. Here we go.
What are your thoughts on your senator going to bat for this illegal? But did he ever say anything to you and your family about your loss? Ever call you? Ever take the time to be with you?
No, actually, I'm very angry. I'm actually outraged, but I'm too sad at the moment to show anger at the same time. He did not call our family. He did not give condolences. There was no action on the Democratic Party in any way, from Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Mayorkas, anyone here in Maryland. None of the senators did anything to help search for the murderer of my daughter.
What are your thoughts on your senator going to
All right,
bat?
so the only reason why I played that is because Senator Van Hollen, Chris Van Hollen, he clearly don't give a damn about victims of illegal immigrants doing things to us. But now he's in El Salvador trying to make his voice bigger and I guess act like he give a damn when he absolutely does not. So when she was talking, what happened to her daughter specifically? Was her daughter in New York? What happened to her daughter? You know, I don't hear you.
My bad. Her daughter was arred and murdered. Yeah, I forget what part of Maryland they were in. They're in, but and I think it's northern Maryland, maybe like up there near Baltimore. But yeah,
And it
yeah,
was by another illegal immigrant that's so
yes,
happened to be MS-13.
yes, and nobody has, and she has like 5 kids, I think, and nobody has solved that murder. Nobody has attempted to solve that murder. Okay, the money that he's going over there, mind you, this not his money. So he's spending taxpayer money, I'm sure Marylanders' money, to go to El Salvador, okay, for somebody that ain't coming back. Okay.
Ain't coming back. The president
No.
of El Salvador said, "Nah, we gonna keep him.
But
I think we'll keep him."
yeah, it's his citizen. He should.
Yeah,
It's
because
his
he's actually from
citizen.
there.
It's his citizen. He should. But yeah, nobody spent the money that, like, you can use public resources to actually like find people. Like, even if Democrats are protecting illegal immigrants, this would have been a time where you could have shown at least you can be bipartisan when it comes to your constituents. That an illegal immigrant murdered somebody.
And they said that after he did it, he stuffed her in a drainage pipe.
Yes.
What the holy what?
Oh yeah. They've been, so all those angel moms. You never heard all of them talk.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So all of the angel moms, they talk about this stuff all the time. Like the 12-year-old girl that was odd and like don't over the bridge or in the water, something like that. Uh, Crazy.
That's nuts, man.
Like,
That is
what
nuts.
happened to Lincoln Riley? Um, it's just it's so many. It's so many stories. And yes, and people like to say, well, that happens even when they aren't illegal. Yeah. But again, they're if they're here, right, legally, or you're a US citizen, then we can deal with you. When you're not supposed to be here, it's like my child would be alive if you weren't here.
If they are here and if you're an American citizen and you decide to grape a woman unalive her and put her inside of a daggone pipe outside, I wouldn't mind sending your ass to El Salvador either. I'm sending you to Russia,
Oh,
to
they-
somewhere. I don't give a damn.
They want, well, that's the thing. This man right here, even if he comes back, let's just say he comes back, he has a deportation notice. He cannot stay here.
So he's going back anyway. So
He
we're
going
going to get him to bring him back to send him out again.
Send him to Russia, whatever.
Send him to Russia. Putin, please take him. All right, so here he is right here, putting on for the people. Hear what he has to say. This makes absolutely no sense. I can't believe that he's doing this, man. This is wow.
I'm here at the airport. I'm about to board my flight for San Salvador. The goal of this mission is to let the Trump administration, to let the government of El Salvador know that we are going to keep fighting to bring Abrego Garcia home until he returns to his family. I hope to meet with representatives of the government. I hope to have the chance to actually see Kilmar and see what his condition is. But we are going to keep fighting because this is a miscarriage of justice. The Supreme Court has ruled 9-0, that he was illegally taken out of the country and put in a prison in El Salvador. And
was that true? He said the Supreme
No,
Court.
so they like to tell half truths. The Supreme Court ruled 9-0 that if he is to be released, that the United States have to facilitate him coming back. So basically, if El Salvador dropped him off right there at the border of Mexico, the United States has to let him in. And then he would be taken into immigration. He would see an immigration judge again. And then he gets deported because he has a deportation notice.
Chris Van Hollen seems like a jerk.
No, he's just a uber liberal. And this is what the people of Maryland vote for. They vote for liberals and people that don't know how to balance a budget.
So Chris Van Hollen says, I'm trying to bring this man back to his family. His wife actually put a protective order on him for whooping her ass.
Because he's a criminal. Now, look, okay, because I'm Latino. I'll tell you right now. Some communities, it is just.
And I'm sure you're saying a whole lot with your I'm sure you're saying a whole lot right now.
You know? Okay. You got it. So what I'm saying is I believe it. I believe her. However, it was CNN for me, because I think it was CNN. CNN tried to say that, the Republicans were the Republicans in the government were just saying, oh, it's because he had on a Chicago Bulls hat. Okay. PG County, who we all know is black. All right. It's like blackity black.
Yes.
All right. Okay. PG County police, the chief, everybody are black. They said that this man is an MS-13 because that's where he got caught, out there in PG. We know what MS-13 is when we see it. And the hat, they try to say, oh, well, he's just a Maryland man. They try to say, oh, because he has tattoos and a bull hat. Well, the hat is just like if you wear all blue in Compton. Oh, just because I have on all blue don't make me a Crip. Yeah. Yes, you are.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
you are.
does.
Yes, you are.
Especially
Yes,
if you're
you
in Compton, bro. You know the
Yes,
rules.
you are. Yes,
Stop
you are.
playing.
So if you're in the DMV area and you wear those certain things, you are an MS-13 member. Gang members always have identification. That's how they work. So I'm trying to figure out why CNN and all these people are trying to play semantics or trying to play like we don't know what the hell is going on. Yeah, he had on a Bulls hat because that's what they wear to symbolize, to symbol to each other. He didn't want to go back to El Salvador because he knew whoever was there was waiting on him.
He probably escaped their gangs so he can come here and live the good life where nobody's looking for him.
But be the leader here.
And be the leader here where he was probably just a scrub there.
Yeah, because El Salvador used to be off the chain. Like, and the president, it was on X. I saw it this morning. He was doing I guess an interview, and he was saying, well, y'all care more about the murderers and rapists in this prison, right? Because he has been getting flack the entire time because people are in these prisons. And they're like, well, what about due process? He's like, I don't give a damn about that. He has a good line that says something about you have to lock up thousands to save millions.
You have to
So basically, it's a few thousand that are terrorizing everybody in the country.
Get rid of them, and millions of people can live good.
So y'all complaining to me about these couple of thousands, but I have millions of people that I'm responsible for.
All right. So in 2021, his wife, Jennifer Vasquez, obtained a protective order against her husband, Kilmar Garcia, a MS-13 terrorist, after he brutally attacked her. After he brutally attacked her. This good man brutally attacked his wife. The constituent of Senator van.hall beat his wife on numerous occasions until she sought and received a final court protection order against him. But van.hall is saying she ain't get beat enough.
Well, they like a good man beater. Backhand Dougie. Gamla's husband. Backhand Dougie.
Let's argue. Let's get it.
Let's argue.
No, we about to do it. I think that people turn their lives around and they could have potentially got it wrong with him.
Nah. I don't care if he turned his life around.
You don't care about redemption?
If you come somewhere, no, I don't care about that. If you come somewhere illegally, okay? If I sneak in your house, I'm going to try to keep the lowest profile ever. Why am I running? Why would I be running around here actually doing crime? If I'm genuinely trying to be a good citizen, I snuck in here. Okay, I didn't snuck in here, but I really just want to get a good life. But I'm doing crime, not once, twice. That he was caught.
He was a gangster. Gangsters commit crimes.
Right. So you can go be a gangster in El Salvador and see how that work out for you.
It's better to be a gangster here because they're not paying attention to you. You're under the radar.
And when you go to jail, you get to chill. You get 3 good meals and a cot. You can get degrees, all types of stuff. Yeah, I would too.
Well, guess what? I am with him going to jail, but why did they have to send him all the way to El Salvador? We don't know if he's getting 3 hots in the cot there.
I hope he's not.
For all we know, they're taking advantage of him.
I hope he's not. Use him to send a message.
What if he was in church for the last year and he can be
in church over there? Church is everywhere.
Did you say he need to go to El Salvadorian prison church?
Yeah.
You cold. You cold. You cold. You cold.
Jesus is everywhere.
I don't even know why I choose the daggone argue with you. Okay, you got that one. You got that one. Okay, you got it. You got it. I give you that one. I go ahead and give you that one. You can have that one. You can have that one.
I'm just tired of it. I'm sick of it.
Nah, but all right, so I ain't even got nothing else for the guy. I mean, I wish I did, but a lot of Democrats are saying this guy He ain't been committing no crimes in the last couple of years. He's probably turned his life around, established himself and his family. They good.
Okay.
This was in 2021.
Okay.
You know, loving couples right now who occasionally the man and whoop the woman's ass from time to time.
Okay.
And plus, if you would keep it a buck,
Okay.
if you would keep it a band, you already know that the women abuse the men even more than the men abuse the women.
And in DC, in the DC area, that is the fact. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
That's the stats. Yes.
And he lived here, same culture. So his woman probably beat him up first. He defended himself and she called the police. You already know the police is on y'all side.
In my Tom Holman voice, deport the families together. I'd have sent all of them. She want to cry? Send her too. Put her right on a flight. I have no sympathy for this. Like, I really don't. Like, I don't. Like, they're like, oh, she's an American citizen. I don't know that. I got to look that lady up. I don't know that. Because they're saying, they keep calling this man a Marylander. He's a Marylander. Why? Okay, so if I go to Tijuana, I am a Mexicana. No other place does this. No other country does this.
You're right. This El Salvadorian man can identify as a Marylander if he wants to, especially if men can identify as women. I identify as a white today, especially when I apply for a loan.
That's fine with me. I mean, your name is Van. They probably believe it. I'm just saying.
What that mean? You saying I got a white name?
Yeah.
All right.
You will get it off. What I'm saying is the man is just awful. The man is awful. The man is awful. He don't deserve any of the sympathy that he's getting. Okay. I've actually known illegal immigrants that were really trying. I actually knew a lady that was working at my school who was fleeing, El Salvador because they was raping and doing all that other stuff. And she worked for the janitorial company. And she was a hard worker, nice lady. And you know what she did? She went and got her papers. So that's the other thing. I came here to flee this. Okay, you don't work towards nothing. So that tells me, they just be lying. They just be lying.
You know what? Here's the thing, and people have been cooking me. I responded to this one post of this woman that was crying because they came and got her husband after he's been here for like 23 years or something like that. It might even be this same situation, but she was crying like crazy. And I said, wait a minute, it took 20 something years to get your papers? Come on, dog.
Because they don't plan on it. They don't plan on it. And that is the point. You get the game that you game the system.
As all of Americans do. So when you come here and you're trying to be an American, you learn the American way.
All of what American citizens.
Most Americans try to take advantage.
I'm American. The system is supposed to be for me. You know why I like you, Van? Because you can actually be, you're conservative, but because you know the liberal talking points, we can have a whole argument. It's just like, it's like a 2-for-1. Awesome.
Well, you claim that I still got 10% Democrat.
I know, yeah, it's like Clark Kent. You just real quick.
So you agree it's 10%?
Mm-hmm. It's 10%.
Okay, that's an improvement. Last week you were saying 15.
It was 15. I keep track. I'm good with numbers. I'm a mathematician.
All right. Well, speaking of somebody that's good with numbers, we got Miss Leticia James. Miss Leticia James, come to the stage and tell us why you're so good with numbers. Who said that no one's above the law? No one is above the law. And also, chat, let me know And feel free to, let's go ahead and humble Miss Micca and let her know that I won that part of the segment. Just let her know in the chat that I was more on point in that part of the segment. Just go, y'all just go ahead and let her know. I mean, she's awesome, well spoken, all right, very dope. We know that, but sometimes
And clean in your Joe Biden voice. I'm so well spoken and clean.
and clean.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. Just
It's
like a liver.
important that attorneys general representing our respective states stand up and enforce the rule of law. The president of these United States is not above the law.
No matter how rich, powerful, or politically connected you are, everyone must play by the same rules.
Please sue him for us.
Oh, we're going to definitely sue him. We're going to be a real pain in the
And now the Trump Justice Department may be a pain in her you-know-what. The Angle has obtained shocking allegations leveled by the Trump administration against New York Attorney General Leticia James. The Federal Housing Finance Agency has sent a criminal referral to the DOJ accusing James of mortgage fraud. In a letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi, Director Bill Pulte says James appears to have falsified records in order to meet certain lending requirements and receive favorable loan terms. He cited a property in Virginia that she's allegedly claimed as her principal residence and a property in New York that she claimed as a 4-unit structure instead of the required, instead of a 5, which Pulte says means she was able to get a different type and more favorable loan. Joining me now is Jonathan Turley, Fox News contributor and law professor at GW University. Jonathan, mortgage fraud is rampant in the United States. There's all sorts of fraud that's rampant. There's disability fraud that they've vowed to crack down on in the Trump administration. But this is another thing that they have vowed to crack down on because it costs real money. Your reaction to these allegations?
Well, obviously, the irony is perfectly crushing. This is a person who prosecuted Trump for everything short of ripping a label off a mattress. And among the charges that were brought in New York, in not just the civil but the criminal case, was making false or misleading statements to financial institutions. And one of these sections, Section 1014 of the federal code, is prosecuted. It took me about 60 seconds of a search to find cases that the Department of Justice brought against people who falsely claimed that property was their principal residence in order to get loans. So this is well-tread areas for the Justice Department. As for James, if we apply the Leticia James standard that she created, there'd be little question here. This seems pretty straightforward. What the administration is saying is this was not her principal residence. In fact, as a New York elected official, she had to say that her principal residence was in New York. This was an out-of-state residence. But also, they claim that in some of these forms, she actually states that her father is her husband in order to file as a married couple. So there's a lot of those questions. And as you know, the Supreme Court just stated earlier in March in a case called Thompson that they want to see knowing false statements under sections like 1014, not just misleading statements. These are misleading statements. Either it's your principal residence or it's not.
Or it's not.
Either you're married to your father or he's your father. So they can this can satisfy the Thompson standard.
Yeah, well, Jonathan, we reached out to the DOJ and they have no comment on this referral. We also reached out to Attorney General James, who did not respond to us either. So again, everyone wants the best interest rate you can get. I understand that. But she's a lawyer. She knows that when you sign a mortgage application, that mortgage application, if you're borrowing money, if you're not borrowing money, nobody cares whether it's your principal residence, except where you file your taxes. But she decided to state that that was her principal residence, knowing it was not her principal residence. I didn't even know she had property. I mean, I guess She had property in Virginia and she has rental or investment property in New York. That's fine. But in the New York matter, to get the favorable rate, the building could only have 4 units. But for it looks like its entirety, the entirety of this building, it had 5 units, meaning it was in violation of the actual loan agreement. And again, this is not a novel application of the law, Jonathan, as you stated during the persecution of Donald Trump. She was using all these novel applications of law to go after him. This isn't novel. This is a black and white issue. You either did or you didn't.
What say you, Miss Micca?
I say, lock her up. She a felon. That's exactly who she looks like. You do it. That's exactly what she's like. Ma'am, do you have on bottoms? Yeah, that's her. That's her. I 100% agree.
So you saying lock her up?
Yeah.
Nothing else. Just
yeah.
lock her up.
Look. I got rental properties. I got how. You cannot do any of that. She's trying to do the same thing that Marilyn Mosby did. Marilyn Mosby did the exact same thing. Okay. Marilyn Mosby went down there to Florida trying to lie when she's supposed to be up here in Maryland. Okay. Letitia is doing the same thing. She's trying to do whatever property in Virginia. To me, the big thing would be the fact that you said it was a 4 unit, it's a 5 unit. There's no inspections or anything like, which makes me think this is bigger than Nino Brown, because where's the rest of this? Yeah, where's the rest of this stuff? Like, why is there no documentation of that, especially in New York, because buildings are just falling at this point. So there's nothing saying that the structure is a 5-unit structure. So are you falsifying those records as well? Like, how would
they would falsify everything?
You have to. That's what
everything.
So you see on the surface they're trying to make it seem like but when you think about it, it's like you got to go through all these steps even before you get the loan. So how many things did you falsify? How many things did you have to lie about just to get it? So that tells me, yes, it is mortgage fraud. But New York is running rampant with fraud.
Well, I have a question for you. Has Marilyn Mosby been dealt any like any jail time or anything like that?
She has to stay she has to stay at home. She's basically like on house arrest in Maryland.
For real?
Yeah. So she tried to get another job and she couldn't get another job because she cannot leave. I think it's for like a year. And Angela Rye and her crazy self tried to get Jim Crow Joe to give her a pardon. Jim Crow Joe was like, negative.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious seeing her being denied that pardon too. It's hilarious seeing her being.
She was like, I did all this stuff for Kamala. He was like, I don't like her either.
Joe Biden voted for Trump.
Oh, I damn sure know Jill did.
Hey.
And the way Joe Biden looking, she probably voted for both of them. Let me just sign his name too. Auto pen it.
If I was Dr. Jill Biden, and you got to say the doctor, put some respect on her name. You put some respect.
What kind of doctor? A talking doctor or
be Dr. J
or MD?
Maybe she good with the rock.
I don't care. That woman, whatever. Well, we do know she doesn't know foreign policy because she had a whole cabinet meeting.
She did. And she was at the head of the table. She looked like the Don, like Don Corleone.
Glasses sitting low. So yeah, whatever.
Yeah, she was the man that day.
This woman is she better hope Trump just has mercy. Because Trump does that a lot. He let it go. And Trump is petty. But
he can be.
Oh yeah, he petty boots. I love it. But
He can be.
For some reason, when it comes down to it, a lot of the times he lets it go. One, I think it's because he has a good heart. Two, you know, a lot of men don't like to harbor stuff like that. And then three, I also think he's strategic though. He keeps it in his back pocket just in case he ever might need it. So I think there's a lot of things that go into that.
You ready to argue about it?
Go ahead.
How about this? About to give her the business. I ain't got none on this one. I ain't got none on this one. I want to argue for Leticia James in some type of way, but I don't have anything on this one. Why? Because she said no one's above the law. She hit Trump for $450 million out of his bank account trying to be petty for doing the same exact things that she's being accused of right now. And he actually was able to prove his. He was like, we paid all of the money back. We good. What are you talking about? It's no victims. It's no victims here. We didn't lie on anything. We took care of the companies that were involved. We Gucci. So what's her excuse? It seems like until we hear from her, she don't have any excuses. So I can't argue for her. I want to, but I can't.
She said no. She's already said that she didn't do anything wrong.
Would you expect her to say I did it? She's supposed to say I didn't do anything. She got to buy her some time.
It's public record. Like, ma'am, we see you. I can't wait till they get Alvin Bragg too. It's like getting Dorothy and Toto at the same time.
I don't think any of them are going to get gotten. That's just me. I just honestly, I would like to see it happen. It would make things extremely fair. It would make, as a voter, as somebody who, here's my thing. All right, here's my thing. This is what I don't like about politics. It's almost like people never get what they're supposed to get. They never get the punishment that's for them. It's like they're protected. It's like they're always protected. And another civilian, another American citizen that commits the same paperwork crime, paperwork issue or whatever, we're going to get dealt a hefty fine. We're going to probably get some jail time. We're going to lose our job probably. It's going to be on our record. Like, we never get dealt this. We never get treated the same way as these politicians. And they get drunk off of power for a reason. It's because they've moved the needle by simply making a phone call. Like you said, that 5-unit property, you mean to tell me it wasn't inspected? Yeah, it was inspected. It's just that she knew the inspector. She knew the company that was giving her the deal. Everybody was involved. So if Leticia James goes down, that means everybody that was a part of that deal goes down. But she's not going to snitch on them. They're not going to snitch on her.
It'll be found out. It'll be found out. Like, what I'm saying is, if Trump really wants to push it, he can. The DOJ, they can. I just don't know if Trump will. Right? Because as much as people like to say that Donald Trump doesn't care about how he's perceived, I think Donald Trump does care about how he's perceived. Like, he likes to, carve out how he's portrayed in the media. I think he cares. So I think he moves a certain way. I think he figures out what he wants to attack, what he doesn't want to attack. I think he picks when to be petty and then when it makes sense and when not to be.
I agree. I don't want to agree, but I agree.
Like he let that whole El Salvadorian story with the mailer man, he let it ride because he knew the El Salvadorian president was coming here. And then he got that soundbite of the El Salvadorian president like going, he's a terrorist.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now what are you going to say?
I was doing a live stream one time and I was thinking about Trump. I used to think Trump was extremely arrogant, extremely conceited. You know what I mean? Just constantly thinking that he is the sugar honey iced tea and there's he can do no wrong. But something that he does that's undeniable, and I wish a lot of people would start to consider this. All he does is tout actual facts. He touts his record. He goes off of his record. And also, Trump wants to go down as being the best president that America has ever had. I don't think he's willing to do anything that could sully that. So he does care about what people think about him, what they say about him, how he's looked at as a world leader. But he don't care enough to bend just to appease the American citizens. That's why he didn't go out of his way to put random ass black people on his cabinet, because he felt the heat. He heard it. He heard it.
Yeah, but when people told me, right, people were like, "Oh, well, if Trump liked Byron Donald so much, why he didn't put him?" I said, I guarantee you, Byron wants to run. He don't want to be sitting on nobody's cabinet. And look at him.
Yeah, he's
That's
doing
what he's
exactly what he
doing.
wanted to do.
Okay, like the few the few politicians that are black and are on that side, they have other things they want to do other than sitting with Donald Trump. They can be advisors, they can talk to him, which I'm sure they do. But they got other dreams other than just sitting over there with Donald Trump.
Well, I do know a few of them that wanted to be on his cabinet. I think Tim Scott wanted to be on his cabinet.
Who?
Tim Scott.
And do what?
Hell if I know. I just know that he wanted to be on it. He wanted to have a job under the Trump administration. He just didn't fit nowhere. He was needed elsewhere.
Again, that's why I said, and do what?
I don't know. But you heard, come on, just between me and you heard Black America. You heard what the Democrats was. They was looking, they was like, well, binoculars, just looking. Okay, what other black ones they got out there? Okay, we got one over here. Let's see if
it's
Trump
only like 5.
We got another one right here with Trump.
You can pick them out. I said it's like 5. You can pick them out.
It's like 5. Everybody else is on the left.
Yeah, because it's a bigger grip on the left. You come on the right, you have to do more to prove yourself. Like you actually got to work. You can't Jasmine Crockett the whole way.
You're going to stop throwing shots at Jasmine Crockett. That's what you're going to do.
Like I said, Jasmine Crockett still doesn't do anything. And you can't do that mostly on the right. There are some that have slipped through the cracks. Mostly, you cannot do that. So, like,
all right, so
you'll have to sponsor something.
All right, so I guess I have no argument. I want to argue for her, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. So it looks like Leticia James will be going potentially. It looked like she will potentially be
going down the slide.
You know, at least under house arrest. If you're talking about if it happened to Marilyn Mosby, who also went through mortgage fraud, and I don't even know if she went through it at the same level as Leticia James. But
no, she just got caught lying. So basically she lied on her application as well, saying that she was experiencing a hardship and all this other nonsense. And she wasn't.
Well, she got caught lying. She lost her career. She got a daggone ankle monitor.
Her and her husband broke up.
Her husband left her.
Yeah.
Oh man, you a sucker, bro. Why you leave her at her lowest,
they both work
man?
for the state of Maryland. They both work for the state of Maryland.
Why he leave her at her lowest?
I think he's like a councilman or something. I can't remember.
He better not left her for nobody with a job.
How about she left him?
Why she leave him?
Oh, no. I want you to keep that same energy. No. Oh, you left her at her lowest. Oh my God. Keep the same energy.
Why she leave him? Was he beating her?
See, you know what?
Was he running around town on her or something?
Oh my God.
So Leticia James, we don't know what's going to happen to you, what's in your future or anything, but thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
From who?
You're not praying for her either?
No. For what?
You cold.
No, I got better things to do with my prayers. Please. Let the chips fall where they may.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop saying she looked like Leticia James. And just so you guys know, me comparing her to Leticia is not me calling her ugly or anything like that. That's just simply me comparing her to her doppelganger. This is her doppelganger. This is her. This is what she looked like. And she actually talked like her too. Huh?
A high calorie individual.
Did you say high calorie individual?
Yes.
Hold on one second.
Intake is very high.
I
don't like that lady.
I see. You.
Because they're evil people.
Yeah, I mean,
they're evil people. To me, this is just the way the universe pays you back.
Here's Leticia James in one of her most notable
I can't stand you.
moments. Just in case y'all have not seen, here's Leticia James.
Norbert, I'm gonna tell you, don't be messing with my coffee. Really touch your old stupid seat. Then why old comments all mushed up like this then? Well, you know, you've been eating so much lately. It's a very strong possibility that the car is shrinking. It might be shrinking the car being small.
Has been raining a lot.
Yeah, you might be right. Been raining a lot lately. All this moist weather. Oh yeah, that'll make it shrink. The weather's so moist. Little.
God gracious.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Yo. That was my movie. Oh my God. You want to see a chick go down the slide?
I teach a bitch how to go down the slide. That was, yeah. Oh Lord.
Ma'am, do you have on bottoms? Of course I have on bottoms. I was like, Lord, this movie.
That movie was absolutely hilarious and very much slept on.
It's hilarious.
Very much slept on. If y'all haven't seen Norbit, spend some time with your family this weekend. Watch Norbit. All right. Watch Norbit with your family and tell them that this is Leticia James. Tell your family this is Leticia James in this movie. We're about to watch it together. I promise you it will be a good time.
You know where they were going, right?
Huh?
They was driving to the polls.
You said they was driving to the polls.
Yep.
What you mean they was driving to the polls?
That's how the left be. The woman drive the car. And they was going to the boat. They was strolling to the boat.
Wow. That's
Look.
something, you know what? That's something I've never gotten comfortable doing. Like I see dudes, like a lot of times you will see a woman driving and you will see her passenger seat real far back because she's always driving around her man. Some of them have sons, but she's usually driving around her man in the car. And for some strange reason, I cannot ride shotgun when my wife is in the car. I
You know
gotta
why?
drive.
Because you're not
Huh?
Because you're not
I just think I trust
you
my
want to at least
driving.
fight for the driver's seat. You be like, nah, I could drive. No, give me the key.
Yeah, I'm driving. I honestly think I trust my driving a little bit more. That's just to keep it a buck. I trust my driving a little bit more. Guys, if y'all are liking the show so far, please do me a favor, hit the like button. That'd be absolutely appreciated. I really appreciate you. All right. I'm going to stop saying appreciate. I need to find a new word for that. Renee, when I get the book back from my wife's job that she stole from me after you sent it to me in the P.O. box, I'm going to get another word to replace appreciate. She sent me a thesaurus word book. She said, Van, you use too many 50-cent words. You need to use some dollar words. I said, thank you very kindly. I ain't call her racist or nothing.
Why? She didn't tell you to talk good. Trying to help you out. Look at you.
All right, now it's time for y'all to see the viral video that has been going crazy on TikTok, on X, on Instagram, on Facebook. This is going crazy. We got the lady who is the star of this bad boy.
And
She's
the
straight
deporter in
cooked.
chief is still sick.
Hold on one second, Micca. Hold on one second. At least wait until I cue you up to. She's just ready to go already. This is how she is in real life. She just ready to go, ready to talk. All right. So hit the like button, guys. And thank you again for pulling up. Here we go.
I am Hispanic, and the deporter in chief is still 6 million plus Barack Obama. Okay? The person who built the cages is still the deporter in chief, Barack Obama. The person who allowed children to come across the border. Now, I will give him this. He did tell the parents, do not allow your children to come up here because I'm sending them back. And I don't care if they don't have nobody with them. I'm sending them back. Now, fortunately for me, because I know how to do actual journalism, anytime anybody ever asks me about any of that, I can pull it up on a drop of a dime. So you can't tell me nothing about none of those executive orders because I know them.
But can I ask a question? Real quick, can I ask a question?
Hold on.
Go ahead.
So with that being said, I'm okay if you want to hold people accountable, but you also have to hold people accountable when they did it on their time. Because the person that has the highest number of deportations is Barack Obama. I'm sorry, Barack Hussein Obama.
Wait, how do you say Barack Obama, but you're wearing the Trump hat, and Barack doesn't even like Trump?
No, she's saying
that has nothing to do with what I'm saying.
Deported more. She's saying Obama deported more. But this is my steaming question. This is my steaming question. I know the world, because I know they're going to be asking this in the comments. Yeah. You're Spanish, and Trump is trying to deport your family members.
That's what I was going to say. I'm Hispanic too, and I don't think that that's
but he's
right.
not trying to deport my family.
You're not Spanish?
But that's not what you said.
That's it. That's what I said. I said the people in the comments are going to be like, you got to make America great again, and you're Spanish, but they're trying to deport Spanish people.
Did Trump get the Latino vote?
Yes, because they were ignorant. They were ignorant.
Did Trump get the Latino vote? Yes or no?
I mean, he got the majority. That's all I paid attention to be honest with you. He won.
They're trying to.
You're not answering my question.
I'm asking you.
No, you're not answering my question.
Go ahead.
Did he get the Latino vote?
He won. I don't know if he got it or not. How about that?
Okay, so hold on. So if he got the Latino vote, right? If he got the Latino vote, that means the Latino community supports it.
Okay.
And
out of ignorance,
They
because they did not
support
know.
their family members getting deported.
No.
And I am Hispanic. They
Okay.
did not know. They thought that he was helping, but he was not.
Okay.
Throwing paper towels and tissues is not helping.
Who the hell is that?
Trump.
Okay, so were you this vocal under Barack Obama? Is what I'm asking you.
Barack Obama.
No, I'm asking you, as a Hispanic, were you this vocal about kids in cages?
Yes.
Did you know about the 6 million deported?
But this is a
No. Did you know about the kids that died coming off those trains? Did you know about the 8 million that died in the Rio Grande?
Barack Obama was like 2009, and we're now in 2024. So
no, because I can't say, oh, women don't need to be baby mamas today. And when my mama a baby mama, my grandmama a baby mama, everybody I know a baby mama, and I don't have nothing to say about them and their discretions, but I got everything to say about these women. So what I'm saying is, again, if you're going to chastise somebody for immigration policies, then you have to chastise where it came from. Trump kept Barack Obama's immigration policies. He only did exactly what Obama did. Obama did actually more than any president in history, and that's a fact.
Okay.
Jesus. You would not give her any room to say nothing slick.
I mean, she tried. She did try. I mean, and we cool. But you're not about to sit here and tell me stupid stuff. Like, you're just not about to do it. And y'all can't hear it because it cancels it out. But I was fighting with not only who was on the set, I was also talking to the people in the back. So when you hear me like, oh, okay, I'm talking to the people in the back. So I'm the production staff, the cameraman, everybody.
Everybody Democrats.
Yeah, they're all talking at the same time, which is why I had to elevate my voice, which is why I'm like, okay, doing all of this, because all of y'all are trying to come for me. But I'm cool. I'm like gangbusters. I can double barrel. I can shoot you and you at the same time. It's okay.
What was funny to me, thank you so much, Wheezy. Much appreciate you. Which was funny to me. What was funny to me is how her only talking point was how Trump in Puerto Rico, when they was going through their thing, when he was the president in his first term.
So what was he supposed to be doing?
Well, I don't know.
If there's a lot of people out here and we have items on, I don't know, items on a cart or a truck, and there's tons of people out there, I'm going to just be chucking them out. It's toilet tissue. I don't understand. I don't understand the problem. Like, I don't understand the problem. It's not like, he's like, first of all, he's a president out there helping. Like, I'm trying to figure out what the problem is. Anything that he does is a problem.
He's a president out there helping. And the hurricanes in what was it? Was it South Carolina or North Carolina? Where they didn't send any help over that.
North Carolina. And they still haven't got on Kamala's neck about that.
At all. She went over there for a photo op only.
Putting them dry sandwiches in the bag. Okay. She know my white side like mayo. Them sandwiches was dry. No mayo packs or nothing. No mustard. Nothing. I call my other side up real quick. I was like, no, we're not having this. We're not having this. Okay. No dry sandwich. I mean, she put a dry sandwich in a Ziploc bag and was laughing.
Yeah, Kamala is she's remedial. But in the conversation you just now had with the young lady, so she tried to bring up the Puerto Rican thing, which was a minute ago. It was a minute ago. It was Trump's first term. But then you checked her on it, and then she said, I'm talking about 2024. I'm talking about now. I'm talking about. So the past was good when she was trying to make a point. When you check her, though, she wanted to speed up to where we are right now.
Of
When
course.
you talk about Barack Obama or Barry Soetoro, if you would have said that, that would have blew her mind. She said she tried to say that she was this vocal during Barack's administration, but she was not. She tried to say she knew about the 6 million kids. She did not. She was lying just to save face, and I'm glad that you put her out there. I'm glad you put her on blast. That was very.
I have to, because the left, they will sit there and act as if they've always been for something. As you see now, right? Oh, we don't want fraud in we don't want Elon in there. It's like, my G, you just last year you were for this, and now you're not. Why? Just like, oh my God, we don't want this budget bill. It's a continued resolution, which means I'm going to continue spending what I was spending last year. Last year you were for it, and now this year you're not. Okay. Oh, I don't like Tom Holman. Y'all didn't mind when he worked for Obama. It's the same man that was doing it then. It's the same program. So what are we really saying? That's what I have a problem with. They're never honest. It's a disingenuous argument all the way around. With their constituents, they're like that, and so are the damn politicians.
Let me tell you something. Democrats is when you're a Democrat, it's not about being honest. It's about being slick. It's about knowing what to get away with, knowing what you can take advantage of, not being honest. Honesty is not even on the ballot. It's not even a part of their language. It's not their love language at all. It's being slick. What can we get away with? What can we blame them for that we are currently doing? Projection is huge on the Democrat side. When they call people ignorant for voting opposite of them, that makes no sense to me, because they are the ignorant ones. You sat there and destroyed that entire panel, while at the same time you're being the one that's called ignorant. You and other people like you are the ones that were called ignorant, but you are the one with all of the information. You are the one that said, okay, challenge me. I'm not only I don't have talking points. I just have facts. When you're speaking on facts, you can speak all day. When you only have talking points, you just wait for your time to say your little thing, your little slick line, and then you lean with that. You lead with that. Me, I can go back to legislation. I can go back to policy. I read the executive orders. I read all the stuff that you all don't. So this is not a level conversation. You killed that girl. Respect to her for being on the podcast. She just came there to look cute. To be honest, that's all she came. She just came to look cute, talk about relationships and talk about money and talk about whatever she wanted to talk about. I don't know what the hell the podcast was. But when it came to this topic, she should have just checked out. She should have said nothing, because, wow, this little lady in the MAGA hat destroyed me. I probably would have fought you after that.
No, you're absolutely right. No, that's what she did. That's what she did. Everybody knows liberals don't like Trump, whatever. I know I'm going to get it. I know I'm going to get that. I don't have a problem with that. I don't even have a problem with a dissenting voice, right? If you think differently, all that, okay, cool. But it's the morale issue. Like, they try to make it like I'm morally bankrupt because I like Donald Trump, when I'm the one fighting for children to not die in the dark. When I'm the one talking about how you can make Black kids better and Latino kids better by not telling them that they're perpetually victims, and you take them to these museums where they got to relive this trauma over and over again, but you don't tell them what happened before slavery. You don't tell them about the people that weren't slaves. Like, it's just, a perpetual thing that you want to keep them in the same cycle. And because I don't want to do that, I'm a coon, pick me, whatever else.
Ignorant, mean, evil, racist, fascist, so forth and so on.
Yes.
You did a damn good job.
So
kudos to you. Courtney, she asked about the original link to this video. I don't know what link to send her because we didn't play a link just now. We played the original.
I have it on my page, my YouTube. Well, actually, I have it in the YouTube. What is that called?
I think you sent it to me on IG. I'm about to see if I can.
Yeah, I have it on the short.
Find it on there.
Yeah, WTF. That's what they call me. I'm a cone. Yada yada yada.
You said you're a coon?
Yeah, I tap dance for the white man, I guess. Yeah. Meanwhile.
Well, that's you know what I mean. That's what they say we all do. I mean, whenever we're not speaking their language, and
when they say that though, they say, oh, hey, so you just want the white man to love you? I go, hold on a second. Daddy, they had said that I just want the white man to love me. What you got to say about that? And because it blows my mind that everything has to be about white people. Like, why can't I just be saying what's right?
Niggas give white people too much credit. I'm gonna let them know. I've said that too many times. Niggas give white people too much credit. We really do. White people are the reason why we can't move forward. White people are the reason why we gotta move forward. White people are the reason why I gotta get a degree to get a job. White people are the reason why I can't get a degree to get a job. White people are the ones. What? White people.
Because they have white people. They have white. What do you call it? Derangement syndrome.
They do.
And they have white attachment issues.
They do.
You remember? You remember when? What is his name? From Kings of Comedy. Cedric the Entertainer. He sat up there on Kings of Comedy and he said, "Oh, white people trying to move to the moon. Y'all go to the moon. We going to the moon too." I thought you don't like white people. I don't want to be around white people.
It's not good unless white people do it.
Let them go to the moon.
No.
Wouldn't you be ecstatic if you don't like them? If they're so disgraceful, like let them go.
Nope. They playing lacrosse.
It's an attachment.
We gonna play lacrosse. They playing polo.
It's an attachment, but it makes everybody look crazy. Okay. And it makes it seem like, they're like, oh, we're tired of the European standards. Well, then stop making them the standard. You don't have to.
You don't have to make them the standard.
They're like, oh, well, they glorify whiteness. If I'm white, I'm going to glorify being white. If you're black, you should love being black.
And that's the problem too. They make it a bad thing for white people to feel proud to be who they are. Like they can't look at their grandparents and be proud no more. They can't look at their great grandparents and be proud no more.
Oh, I take it one step further. You can't be mixed and be proud to be who you are, because you have to completely ignore that this white person is standing right here. I am black. I am Hispanic, and woo 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 woo. And your parents sit right here.
That is so true. 1000%. That's one reason why I started, and I don't agree with everything he says, but that was one thing that made me resonate with Officer Tatum. Officer Tatum says, my kids have a white mom and a black dad. You think I'm just going to let them forget about their white mom?
And he says his son can't say he black. He said, I'm black. My son can't say.
His son mixed.
Yeah, that's what he says. He's like, I'm black. I have 2 black parents. Like, my son cannot say that.
And what's wild is, most of the people who say these type of things, they don't even know that this has a lot to do with the one drop rule and how racist that actually is. And I don't know, man. Sometimes
I was just letting you cook.
No, I'm not going to say anything about it because I don't like to complain, but I just I'm gonna be honest with you. I do get tired of us always trying to play keep up with the people that we claim we don't care about, the people that we claim we're much better than, we're melanated and we're the most powerful, most beautiful, most sexiest people in the world, most like everybody want to be like us. We are the vibe. Everything starts with us, then they got to take our stuff. Like, if everything is about us, then why are we always acting like this other race of individuals who are thinking about themselves? They're thinking about their own lives, their own bills, their own family, their own health. They're thinking about their own relationship with God. They're trying to position themselves so that they can pass down some generational wealth to their children. They are not concerned about us, but we are so hyper concerned about them. That right there just shows how weak-minded we can be. And I don't like that.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? I told you growing up, I never even looked at race as a thing. It wasn't until I got to high school where, since I'm in DC, DC is majority black, it became, it became a thing, right? It became a thing. And I'm just like, I see different people in my house every day. I don't understand why this is such a big deal. But a lot of people don't understand that they're saying that they don't like white supremacy, but they push a white supremacist law. It's not an actual thing of one drop. Because if that is the case, then most white people would be black. Because you're saying one drop. That makes absolutely no sense. So now you're saying, okay, one drop. Well, then what is this one drop? What percentage is this actual one drop? Okay, if you're saying 1%, I'm sure each white person has 1% of something else.
Absolutely.
Like, come on.
They be having like 13% of Nigerian in them.
That's me. You're going to leave my little 13% alone. Okay? You're going to give me my 13%. All right? Thank you. All right? They already taken my black card. All right? I'm going to keep my 13%. Thank you. However, it's such a dumb rule. But I tell people all the time, it's not based in DNA. It's based in economics. The whole white and black thing is economics. America is class. It's classism. Race is at the back. They make you think race is at the front, but it's about class. It's always been about class.
And we have a president that want to make it a level playing field for everyone to potentially step up their class by taking advantage of everything that America already provides. And we don't like to hear that because we want to be singled out. We want to have something special. Yes, you got something for all Americans, but what do you have for us? How can we get ahead of them? Because we already know that if you look like this, you get all the opportunities. But if you look like this, you don't. I don't even know why I did this. My palm is
your palm is brown. Yeah. Your palm look a little Mexicana, look a little Puerto Rico.
I'm so black that my palm ain't even white.
Your palm is tan.
So that's the thing that kills me, man. I'm so dark, but people always compare me to Drake. They always saying I look like Drake.
You know what? You shut up. Oh my God. No.
Wow. Really?
What?
I can't look like Drake?
No, you can't. This is I'm light-skinned. I still ain't bright as straight. Okay, it is what
That's
it is.
Canada bright. That's Canada
But
bright.
I mean,
bright.
at the end of the day, it's all about money. It's all about money. It's all about economics. They didn't want the people to start mixing. If you really actually look at slavery and all that, which they ain't, they're not going to tell you this stuff. If you really actually look at all of that, though, it was about economics. Most white people did not own slaves. They couldn't afford them. They were poor.
But you bet
Like to have slaves was a luxury.
You bet when we got some money though, we got as a slave.
No,
that was the Louis Vuitton back then. Like when we got that money.
But most of the people, okay, so you were either in farming, like you were either in that, or you were a aristocrat or something. Other than that, you were poor, like everybody else. But once too many groups started coming together, like kind of like now, once you started coming together and realize you all are going through the same thing, now you start to mobilize. And that's when you got to do something. Because most people are tribal.
Right.
Okay?
Extremely.
So now separate it. Okay. I'm going to make you white because white is a color. I'm going to make you white and I'm going to make you black.
All right, so let's argue about it. How could we ever make money with the white man on our neck? We are 400 years behind the white man. How are we ever going to get in that rat race when they've been running scientific experiments on us in the form of a project which we stay in?
I'm trying.
How can we be involved in that? They get to have houses with picket fences, a husband and wife with dogs. We got to live in a building with 200 people. Broken glass everywhere. People pissing on the stairs, man. I just don't care. I can't take the noise, can't take the smell.
And all you got to do is just come out of your apartment, drive a little bit to the suburbs in a rural area, and you will see people that live just like you. You up in high rise, they in flats. Because the trailer park is no different from the projects.
It really isn't. You know, we went to South Carolina just so we can visit Myrtle Manor. Have you ever heard of Myrtle Manor?
No.
Is a community community filled with trailer parks, and it's called Myrtle Manor. They once had a TV show out. Yeah. And it was exciting. A whole bunch of white people living in Myrtle Manor.
No, everybody struggles. This is not exclusive to Black people. Everybody struggles. Everybody. But again, most people aren't talking to each other. They make it so that way. Because if you get out your feelings and you actually look, you have the same issues. What so-called middle America is complaining about right now, Black people have been complaining about forever. If you look at your vice president, he grew up poor. He is the equivalent of somebody from the hood. He'll tell you that all the time. His mom was on drugs. He grew up with his grandmother, I believe.
Who we talking about?
J.D. Vance.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That story, a lot of people can attest to, whether they're Black or white.
Black people don't want to hear that story because once they see him, they be like, come on, he white. He's going, as soon as he walk outside, he's getting offered a loan. Like he can go outside, take trash out. Somebody
That's
giving them a
BS.
loan.
That's bull. That's bull.
And you're absolutely right too, because you said we don't talk, but when we do talk, we fake in front like everything's great. Like everybody want to act like we're living our life like it's golden. We want to act like we got all the money in the bank, like we're doing everything, we're happy, we're overjoyed with the way we're living, and we don't have any bills that are in arrears. We don't have any debt. We don't have any ill will or feelings that we're working on. Like our relationships are all pristine and on point. We always try to fake for people, man. It's just a country filled with fakers, a country filled with fake ass people, man. I don't like that at all. Sucker ass niggas. I'm sorry. That wasn't supposed. We're gonna go ahead and edit that.
At the end of the day, there's no difference. The difference is the experience, maybe culturally, right? You have some things you do in your culture, you have some things doing, but everybody's American. They're suffering from the same issues. And I'm telling you, once Americans actually really figure that out, you don't got to worry about none of this stuff the Democrats is doing, none of that. And I think that's why they're so hell bent on trying to give it to Trump. And I think that's the reason why they're so hell bent on pushing a lot of these stories. You know, the teenage boy, the black kid and the white kid, the El Salvadorian man, this, that, and the third. Like, they're so busy trying to push these stories because it stokes division. It triggers things. Because when you don't have none of that nonsense, you actually start thinking like, they did that to me too. You can't have a thinking population. A thinking population does too much.
Yeah, we got to have one person that do the thinking and a congregation of people that listens to the thinker.
Yeah. It's something that they don't want. And every time, and you notice every time it seems like the country is going to revolt, come together, and it, like something happens to where everybody go back to sleep. Because that was sure enough going to happen in the early 2000s. But Barry come out here with hope and change, everybody go back to sleep. I'm like, what happened?
What happened is that we can't pay attention to one subject for more than 30 seconds now. We're not really passionate. It's fake passion. It's fake anger. It's misplaced anger. That's the reason why nobody stick to any type of movements. That's why we can't really join together and do anything worthwhile. I believe that the last thing that we've done together, that this country did together, was voted Trump back in office. That was huge. That was huge.
Which is why they're trying to get rid of that man. Because regardless of what you feel about Donald Trump, he's showing you what your government is. I don't care if you don't like him. One thing you can't say, he isn't showing you what your government is. He's pretty much making the American people accountable. So if you put this back in, it is your fault.
He is. And you know, the Democrats can't wait to put the system back the way it was. They can't wait.
Yeah.
No matter if it works or not, they don't care. Even if he brings the debt ceiling down all the way, if he balance our books and he loses in JD Vance lose in 2028 and the Democrats take back over, or if JD Vance, who knows if JD Vance is going to run, I don't know. But if they become the captain of the ship again, bruh, they can't wait to mess everything back up. Can't wait.
That's the first thing they're going to do. Just like Joe Biden did. As soon as he got in, he reversed all that stuff. I think the funniest thing that he did was when they reversed all that stuff and put it right back. So all that America First, all that with the insurance, Donald Trump signed all that stuff before he left office. And people tried to argue with me. So, I just went on to the government website because you can look up the executive orders and it's right there. Even as he lost, he was still doing stuff for the American people up until the day he got out in the first term. And then they reversed it and then renamed it. So when you reverse a executive order, it shows you the date that, it got rescinded.
The original. And it shows that when it was amended, changed, the name was,
It's right there. Because they'll be like, oh, it's Joe Biden. I'm like, no. What does it say up top? It says 2019. It says January 5th, 2020. That tells you that's not Joe Biden. But they know the American people don't look for it. So at the end of the day, whatever the American people get and, after Donald Trump, they deserve it.
Do you think it would be unconstitutional if people consider electing him for a third term?
No, I don't think it's unconstitutional. The issue is they have amended the Constitution. That's the problem. Because originally in the Constitution, there is no term limit. But when you amend it, then... But again, I tell people this isn't the first time this is... Donald Trump literally is a Democrat reader. Because this came up under Obama. That third term stuff.
Yeah, because they was excited that we got a black man up in here. Black man, we got a black man. You see him? He a black man. You see him? Have you seen him? You touch him?
Barely.
He can shoot. He can shoot threes. He could talk jive with the best of them.
Don't wait a minute. I see white boys shoot
jive
threes all day. Barry is the worst code switcher ever. Please. Please.
All right, one other thing I want to talk to you about. Since we're at the end of the live stream, it's not a whole bunch of people here. I have to talk to you about it. Sheldon Daniels. He's under fire. He's under immense fire. I don't know how people are receiving your videos of Sheldon Daniels on your channel, but it seems like a lot of conservatives, MAGA supporters specifically, are holding his feet to the fire for some things that he said back in 2020 and 2021. And I'm going to be honest with you. When I looked at the things that he was saying, he kind of sounded like a Democrat then.
He was.
He was?
Yeah.
I thought he's always been a conservative. Didn't he tell us that he was always conservative?
He's been conservative, but he was a Democrat.
But he told us that he was always conservative.
There are Democrats that are conservative.
Like I was.
They have conservative values because Democrat, Republican is the party. Conservative and liberals are ideologies. So that's the difference. And most black people are conservative. I don't even know why they vote Democrat. It makes no sense to me.
Most people are conservative.
Most black people I've ever known.
Most black people are conservative.
Same thing about gay. Oh, no, cannot have gay. So, like, the church thumpers, usually Baptists. So it doesn't align with Democrats, but that's beside the point. The man was a Democrat. My problem is, why can't people change? I don't care if it was last year. Tulsi Gabbard just changed.
RFK just changed.
When the Democrats did what they did to him, what did he do? He said, I'm going as an independent.
JD Vance changed. The way he felt.
He was talking Trump. big bullshit. Hell, Donald Trump changed. And if we're saying that people cannot change, when you know better, you do better. And if you can't allow people the space to do better, then what are we doing? What are we doing? Nobody can do better? I don't even know what the man said. Maybe it wasn't savory. Maybe it wasn't. You can't change? And if the right is doing this, then we're no better than the left.
Exactly.
Because
exactly.
we're supposed to be the logical ones. That we know. Okay, if you can atone for it, why can't you change your mind? What's the problem? Why can't you change? I did stuff in my teenage years. I look back, I'm like, I would never. God, why did I wear my hair like that? But I'm just saying, you grow, you learn, you see new things, you hear new things. Maybe he got out of his environment. He's from the hood. He never heard this, never heard that thought. Oh, that might be okay, cool.
Raised by a single
Malcolm
mom.
What Malcolm X was a pimp hustler. He got locked up and he actually heard something different that changed his mindset.
Peter walked with Jesus, but as soon as somebody said something slick to him, he pulled out that switchblade and cut his ear off. Like, nigga, what? This Jesus. I was agreeing with you, so it's time for you to agree with me too. Don't just be smiling. You gotta say, yeah, you're right.
You're right. You're right. You got it.
No, but Peter was a bad boy. Don't mess with Peter.
I'm just saying, what is the problem? And if you want to hold them accountable, like I said in that video, you can hold people accountable. You can say, hey, I saw you said this. Okay, cool. But if the man says, if the response is, I'm not like that no more, or I'm not there no more. And he's actually putting the actions behind it, because with a man, you have to look at what he's doing, not what he says. So if the actions are there, what is the problem? It tells me that you just want to be outraged. And if you want Ratchet Crockett in there batting her lashes, then go ahead. Makes me no difference. I don't live there. But I feel sorry for the people that do, because you got people that would that rather do that, or hell, look at another candidate. But most of it, what I see is just people saying, "Oh, well, then what's the difference between us?" There's a big difference between him and Jasmine Crockett.
Huge, gigantic, ginormous, gigantic.
So that's all I'm saying. There is things in pretty much everybody's past. Okay, I have to hear 24/7 about grabbing by the all the time. Well, Trump said grab him. I'm like, okay. I don't even argue that it's not true, but I'm like, okay, so he said it. Okay.
Trump said that, but he didn't say that to you. Like, some of the most weirdest looking people.
It don't even matter. Most of the people that are talking about it, they didn't say, where's your mama is your grandmama, all of them. You don't say nothing to them.
Nothing.
But, all of a sudden now, it's just, at the end of the day, if people aren't allowed to grow and change, then this country really doomed. Because nobody's perfect. Nobody's gonna know everything. Donald Trump, I pretty much love 80% of what Donald Trump does, but he's not perfect.
Hell no, he's not perfect. He can't really
but
dance
nobody is.
He can't
And
rap.
there are people that do have good intentions, and sometimes they don't do the best thing. But when you look at people's actions, what were their intentions? What were they trying to do, at least? Right? And maybe people, people can talk to him, say this and that and third. I got him to, admit about the money stuff. He admitted that He calculated it wrong. But his intentions was good. He knew something was wrong. And look at it. It triggered a FEC investigation.
He means well. People need to start.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, what is the person doing? And that's what you have to look at. Otherwise, you're just a hater.
Now, on the flip side, I will say this. On the flip side, I like how conservatives hold other conservatives accountable. You're not going to see too much of that on the left.
Oh no, you're not. And that's why I said I said it in that video, and I say it here. I don't mind you holding people accountable, but hold people accountable.
That's everybody.
Everybody.
Right?
Yeah. Hold people accountable. I'm laughing because everybody. But hold people accountable.
Wait a minute. You're laughing because of what?
Everybody. The DC drag on your voice.
Oh. I got you. Making fun of how I talk. Got you.
Your accent. Because we come from the same place, which is crazy. The same place.
You enunciate. That's what you do.
Yeah, I speak well and I'm clean. They haven't told you? Joe Biden didn't tell you? Talk about. I speak well and I'm clean.
Okay. All right, so we talked about it. Y'all need to give Sheldon a damn break and push that man. Support that man. Like, make sure that if he's not the right person for TX30, then hey, don't vote for him.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
But consider the person that he's up against.
Yeah. I say it all the time. Look, a politician is a politician. But I did like that one thing that he said. Look, vote for me. If I don't do stuff the way you wanted me to do it, if I don't get it right, if I lie, I backstab, vote me out. But a lot of the times, people will miss their blessings before they even get it because they're too concerned about something that don't exist, which is the past. It don't exist. You live right here now.
Right here and now don't exist. Right now is the past.
Correct. That's why it's dumb to sit and say, oh, well, last year, that's last year. Where's that? Can you go get it? No, you can't. But you know what you can do? You can get them go vote right now. But they're going to do the same thing Louisiana did. And then we're going to be right back to the same bat channel. They're going to be on there. Oh, my God. Lashes is bad.
Oh, shit. She's, I hope he beat her. He's a good dude, man. I really hope he beat her. But I like other people. I just hope he's authentic and continue to do exactly what he says he's going to do.
Yeah. I'm willing to give, people with good values and good plans and things. I'm willing to give them a chance. You don't do what you said you're going to do? That's fine. I'll get you up out of there. You won't get in there and none to vote for me.
Not one. All right,
and that's
guys.
all people have to do.
What?
Use your power. Because the people act like they don't have no power. That's what makes me so upset. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. You literally have a power. You don't use it. Most people don't even vote. Most people don't know who sits there, where, everywhere. You don't know. So that's you giving up your power. That's your fault. Ignorance is no excuse for the law.
That's a bar.
So hopefully they do. Hopefully they get lashes up out of there. Or else y'all gonna be Maxine watering it, paying for wigs the rest of your life.
The rest of her life.
No, the rest of theirs.
And still in office. You're gonna be 90 years old, still in office, and still wearing.
Y'all gonna be watching her because we're gonna be in the future. Y'all gonna be able to open your hands like this. The TV gonna be in your hand, and she gonna pop up with that dry brush wig. Watch.
I don't think she's a bad looking woman. I just think her attitude is something going on with one of her eyes, though. I was looking at her a couple of times. Her video.
One of them.
It's one of her eyes that are real. Like it's winking, but the other one is not winking. Don't feel like it, but the other one is winking.
Like it's one stay here, one go that way.
Yes.
It's the lashes.
It's the
lash leans on the eye, and so she's like, look. I'm telling you, they mess up your peripheral.
What if one of her lashes is a Democrat and the other one is a Republican?
Get off our screen.
I mean, that would make more sense as to why they're never on one accord. I don't know.
That woman is a menace. She's a menace when she don't have to be.
And she's 44 and she's still single, ready to mingle, guys. So you got a chance. You got a chance. Guys, thank y'all so much for pulling up, man. We are done. Well, at least I am. Are you done? I didn't even ask.
You asked me the questions.
Okay.
I'm just guess I don't get fined.
Then I guess we are done. Hey guys, thank y'all so much for pulling up. Y'all have been remarkable. For all of my blues, thank you for helping out. For everyone who participated in the chat, respectfully, thank you so much. I appreciate it. For everyone who submitted a super chat, thank you so much. And make sure y'all go. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Make sure you go into the link. Go into the description, and you go to On Point channel. And you subscribe to that channel and put on your notifications because our live streams will, On Point live streams will start on Point either later this week or next week. So make sure that you're over there so that when we go live, we will be on the channel where everything is. Okay. But until then, see y'all next time. Thank you again. Y'all have an amazing day. And let me go ahead and put this bad boy in here too because I got to have my outro. All right. Here's the out. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age. I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week. And you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.